Hi everyone, Jen here and welcome to the video. Fridgestuck has been around for what will soon be 3 years. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah, especially when you consider that I've been asking since the first episode if there were facts that I missed, and people have responded. Not only with comments about facts that I should have included, but also facts that I got wrong. Or did I get them wrong? This is the focus of this month. I took time to look through the first year's worth of videos and check the comment section. Every single comment. Will I admit that I was defeated by my own ignorance? Or will I be a sass master as I read through 2-year-old criticisms? The answer to both is yes. Signatures somewhere on the screen, in the description, in the comments below for mobile viewers. I tried to get to all the episodes up to Calliope, but the script started to get to 10 pages long, and I started to have anxiety just by looking at the comments. And most of them weren't that bad. So, this is a benefit for your sanity, as well as mine. Let's get on with this. Like, comment, subscribe, bell, check out Patreon. Okay, let's get into it. Significantly less corrections than some of the other videos. Since this was the first episode and no one knew I was making this except me, so I was able to spend 3 months researching. I'm a slow, meticulous worker. But I'm also a perfectionist. So I hate everything I make eventually. If this isn't a TV tropes reference, I don't know what is. That is correct. This series is a callback to the TV trope fridge, indicating a fact or a theory about a piece of media that you remember, or concoct in hindsight, usually when you least expect it. Like when you're getting a cold pizza slice out of the fridge at 3 in the morning. Therefore, if you're looking for the information that I was able to find, check out TV Tropes, Homestuck's wiki. The people there will set you off on the right foot. I gotta adjust this setup. I can't keep looking at the computer over here and that over there. It's getting annoying already, making problems. Karkat was born on June 12th. In the Catholic calendar, that is St. Anthony's Day. In Brazil, St. Anthony has a role similar to St. Valentine. Since Karkat's a messianic archetype, he is now a shipping saint. And that person can confirm down below. I'm not Catholic, so I didn't know this one. Wish I did know this one, so I could have included it. Actually legit, awesome work. I got a lot of comments on this one. Another thing to be added on to the lime blood theory, when he consults Gamzee, the shooshes are lime green. Didn't connect those dots. Don't remember seeing that anywhere when I was doing research. So, yeah, good on you. Did you know that Karkat is Hindi for waste? I did not know that. Thanks again. I'm a year late. Whatever. I'll just say this. What if the Soper slime is actually a lime blood? Lime blood? Conspiracy! Oh gosh. I have to add a voice to this. This will be more relevant when I get... It'll be clear in a moment. Just give me a sec. I have to add my 2 cents to this interesting video you made, and perhaps destroy a few of your argument with ruthless glee as I cackle maniacally. Anywho, after reading a good chunk of Homestuck, it seemed to me that while the suffer/Cankry was Troll Jesus, Karkat was another significant figure within the Judeo-Christian tradition. Moses. Everything about Karkat screamed to me that he was Troll Moses, what with the guiding his people to the Holy Land bit, and that the trolls had their holy figures come in reversed order. And then I remembered something you, milady, did not seem to mention too much in this video, and that is Karkat is a post-scratch troll, I've always wondered about Before in Karkat, and it seems that comparing him to Moses would be more accurate in the pre-Scratch timeline, with Karkat living around the same time as the Sufferer. My guess is that he had lived a life incomparable to Moses. And also, there's something else you left out, which might contradict what you said about Karkat's relationship to Mulin. You said that Karkat was the Sufferer's descendant, yet, to Before in Kankri, Karkat is the ancestor, and this might actually be the truth, because as far as I could read and ascertain using the Homestuck Wiki, Karkat cloned himself and his friends, and the other trolls came about as a result. There's also something curious to note as well. Remember when the Meteor Gang met Mina, Aradia, and Jake? Karkat said, "They aren't even our ancestors. We don't have ancestors." And he was most likely right, as he was a paradox clone of himself, and not the product of an incestuous sludge mixing. Oh! I gotta take a sip of tea. Hold on. Food for thought. Never use the term "milady" when you're trying to be taken seriously. But the Moses theory has an interesting spin, considering not only the whole leading trolls to the Holy Land thing, but Moses was also known for his huge temper. And Karkat and Kanaya's relationships compared to that of siblings, which I personally can see. What with Moses' sister being a Miriam, sounding very close to Miriam. Karkat being the spiritual leader of Before Us could be possible, since what the adult trolls did on Before Us is still largely unknown. The only thing that kind of throws a wrench in this whole thing is that we got confirmation from the Hive Swap troll call that on Alternia there's a troll version of Judaism. Until they changed it, probably due to controversy, and then it wasn't a thing anymore. I think that this implies that Alternia had their version of Moses already, but I'll have to wait and see if the religion becomes canon again before making an objective statement. Also, the comic never specified which clones were made first, only the ones that arrived first. Who knows who literally produced who? Especially since the Trolls' ectobiology lab was decked out with 4 sets with 3 tubes, instead of 2 sets with 2. Hussey's vague writing makes for hard fact-finding. I'd like to consider that the pre-Scratch Trolls parent the post-Scratch, because Karkat as a post-Scratch was behind the wheels of the ectobiology machine. And also, I believe it was stated in the comic that trolls on the lower parts of the spectrum didn't believe in ancestors in general. So that's what Karkat could have been referring to. Again, not sure, gonna have to look that up. I don't see it right now. Am I purposefully ignoring Dave Cat because I think it's overrated, gets in the way of my Prime Directive ships, and is fun to troll people about it? Maybe. To be fair, I don't have a working gaydar, so I am often really surprised by non-hetero ships when they happen in every fandom. Never said the kiss was needed, and I apologize for if that's how it came about. It's more fun. It's more of a fun fridge fact. It's the name of the show. Couldn't help but laugh every time I thought about Karkat having the strongest ties to Christianity. Seriously, Karkat? Freaking Karkat? The loud and foul-mouthed, hot-headed, pretty egotistical, easily freaked out and angered Karkat is close to Christianity? Okay. True, it's almost as if Hussey was making a statement about one of the world's largest and most outspoken religions being connected to Karkat and Kankri, who are both loudmouth jerks. On to Kanaya. Kanaya got a significant amount of requests from the first episode, so I thought, why not? Next month's Halloween, she's an alien vampire, it works. This episode was also the first episode where I realized that my research was actually helping me warm up to characters that I simply never connected to during the comics run. And I hope that it's helping you guys feel the same. Yes, that means I thought Kanaya was one boring broad. LaureledEevees, you mentioned that it bothered you how Kanaya was able to walk/run/slice after getting a hole blown through her. Another example of this troll's invincibility is Terezi still being able to stay alive for a while after being brutally beaten by Gamzee, as well as Tavros being thrown off a probably 200 to 300 foot cliff and only getting paralyzed. This leads me to believe that all trolls have an extremely strong skeleton, and, like Karkat says, that their bones aren't made of calcium. I love your videos, favorite Homestuck content. Thank you. Anyway, now that you mention it, trolls can take a lot of beatings. I forgot that Karkat said that line so offhandedly. I guess the Wiki Peeps thought so too, because they didn't mention it at all. Karkat, I think they just thought Karkat was being Karkat and not being serious, when apparently he was being serious. And I've tried to find things out about Rainbow Drinker Awakenings in the comic. Haven't found anything to specify how it happens. Maybe I'm using the wrong keywords on Homestuck.com's search bar. So I don't know. I'll keep a look, though. Thank you again. It may be different for the trolls, but if they had anything in common with the humans, Kanaya doesn't have a mother. She and the rest of the A2 trolls are like Jane, Roxy, Dirk, and Jake. She's her own progenitor. Sorry, Milkman Conspiracy. Nothing personal. I just gotta use your comment as an example. As stated from the Karkat questions, due to lack of specific information and pictures, we cannot say for certain who ectobiologically parented who. Hence the Dancestor title being thrown about. It's my own personal headcanon/opinion that the red-black relationships matter somewhat in the cloning process, even if the feelings are one-sided and crossover from other game sessions. People are giving me all kinds of shade whenever I use the phrase siblings as well. Pretty sure if you share parents, you're technically siblings. What I wouldn't give for clarification on this from Huss himself, but there's a high chance that that's not gonna happen. It just clicked in me head. The trolls have 12 letters in their name because there are 12 of them, and the kids have 4 in their first names because there are 4 of them. You're late, but also look at how many letters are in kids and trolls. Now that's a fun one. Makes me kind of wish that the kids' last names also followed the pattern. But say Levy, you should do a video comparing the story of the sufferer to the life of Jesus. That'd be a pretty short video, I guess. Hussey doesn't go into big details about that, so they really don't have that much in common. Pansexual, not bisexual. Get it right. Hussey thinks so too. At least he did at one point. Final Fantasy VII. Right. Flower Girl dressing up her male friends in drag? Why not? That is really good. No way I would have put that together. Also, there was the chairlifting at their wedding reception. Maybe our Miriam is troll Jewish. Another connection to Mary. Julie London is right. My area of expertise lies closer to retrospective rather than speculative. Besides, if I did do a Fridgestuck on Hive Swap or a Haunt Switch character, I'd prefer doing it on a character or an aspect in the story that had more than 3 seconds of screen time. Actually, it was said by Andrew Hussey on his Tumblr on December 24th, 2011. Of course, this is just the in-universe explanation. Whoa, Hussey actually did world building? What? Naturally, Hussey still comes up with these names. Really sorry. Okay. Had to adjust the camera again. This time I'm actually lower on the screen. Ain't this a great video? You're absolutely right. Social media makes me puking levels of nervous. Especially Twitter. I avoid it whenever I can. The Felt and the Midnight Crew. First video that didn't have to do with the main cast, and the first episode with this crazy length, and the first and only episode written, recorded, and edited in 2 weeks. Never again. Pronunciations. When have I ever promised to pronounce things correctly? French is like a dead language here in California. We just do the standard American, use bits and pieces of it for everyday words or pop culture. Words like cul-de-sac, coup, and what 90s kid could forget? Omelette du fromage. Both. Definitely both. I can't think of another writer who could get away with this and then get endorsed by a publishing company. Except Ryan North, maybe. I don't know, man. All YouTube sounds slow to me. I watch videos at 2 times speed. If Toby Fox had his way, checkers. Calliope is a name. Calliope is an instrument. To be honest, I've never read or seen Clockwork Orange. As for powers, fair point. Pretty sure I was exhausted at this point, so I just skipped over it. So it is. Nice. Never noticed that. Should have figured that considering their boss puppet's name. If I get over my fear of social media, I'll let you know. Youth pastor. More like glorified babysitter. It's actually funny, I had to stop volunteering at my church's youth group because school decided to start giving me night classes in San Francisco. Oh man, the BART has gotten really sketchy lately if you haven't noticed. It's totally, I'm fine. Don't think I'll go back to youth group, to be honest. At least not for a while. Most kids under 16 scare me. But that doesn't mean I'm not somewhat well-versed. Alright, welcome to my office. This is where I keep all my nonfiction books. So like we got this shelf where we got art how-tos, we got reference books, we got how to make comics, we got Homestuck right there, because I gotta have it next to my desk if I'm ever going to get any work done with this series. Let's see. The writing section spills over to here where the humanities start. We got Western history, Martin Luther's right there. We got psychology, languages. But this side over here is where the theology books lie. And here are a couple of my favorites. Let's see. Case for Miracles. That's a pretty good one. Let's see. Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus by Nabil Qureshi. Very good, about a Muslim man coming to find Jesus and becoming a Christian. Messy Grace by Caleb Kaltenbach. It's about a kid that grew up with gay parents, but then he became Christian and how he kind of balances between the two ideologies. By this one local author called Gil Stiglitz. Very big fan of his work. We got a C.S. Lewis section. So, yeah. Also, I pray for you guys every day, because you're worth it. Would you look at that? My tea's in need of a refill. I'll be right back. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I am really sorry. I went full martyr mode on this video, even though part of me knew that this is the poorest way to bring up Aradia's connection to the apocalypse. But I was too prideful to think that I was going about it the wrong way. I was letting my insecurities get the better of me, and I was experiencing regret and guilt, and I hit a new level anxiety because of this video. My thoughts about my attitude kept me awake for months, years. I've all but stopped looking at the comment section on that video, because just thinking about it gets me so much stress. Okay. I spent extra editing on that AMV at the end, trying to make up for it. And if that's not enough, if it makes you feel any better about the whole thing, Skillet copyrighted claimed my entire video because of the sound clip. Skillet don't mess around. Ironically, because it's still running ads and because your comments are so frequent, YouTube's algorithm made the video show up more and more. So I kept on getting views on a video that everyone hates, and I couldn't even profit off the train wreck. God got me swift on that discipline thing. I can't go back in time and fix what I did, because the internet's forever, and someone would just come back in the future and claim me for sweep, and like, they would just claim that I was sweeping my mistake under the rug. So I hope that this apology helps make up for the actions of my weak spirit and my stubborn heart. And I plan on not making that choice, that poor choice ever again. It wasn't right of me to submit non-Christians to this self-righteous mood swing of mine. Moving on. I'll just get my glasses back because I need to see. And that's all for now. I really do enjoy seeing that the comment section is not just blindly letting me say whatever, like, is not just letting me blindingly say whatever, and that they actually see the flaws in the episode and tell me about them. It proves that my viewers are actually smart cookies who do their own research and are actual free thinkers. Now, if you excuse me, I've only got a month, and I've got a couple 10th anniversary stuffs that I want to make, and I got a cake to bake. See you later.